stream or something. Right, let's bring you in with me. Game with camera. With camera. There we go. There's the camera. Hello, everybody. I'm El Bristow. This is Ellitopia Gaming. Welcome back to KSP Live, Season 5, episode... I really have lost count of the episodes. 14? Must be 14. Yeah, I'll tell you how I can tell. Let's have a look at the last crafts that we launched. Hold on. Why did it go dark when I clicked? That's weird. Oh, look. It looks like KSP's crashed. That was good. Hold on. Oh, no, it hasn't. It came back. Right, where did we get up to? S05E14. Yes, so this is episode 14. Welcome to episode 14. Is my camera in the right position? Yeah, it kind of is. We've got a bit more door than normal. There you go. So, last week we launched another space station. We did some fiddling around with probes and things, I think, somewhere along the line. We gathered some science from Minmus, if I remember correctly. So we now have two space stations in orbit. The S05E11-1 and the S05E13-1. Neither of those have been sponsored. Neither of those have been named. That's kind of how I'm going to do things from now on. I'm going to name them after the season and episode and launch number, unless someone decides that they want to sponsor the launch or sponsor the mission. Who is that on screen? I see a silly but awesome man. Nice shirt. How are you not sweating in the Spanish heat? Got aircon much? It's winter. It's winter and it's 9 o'clock at night. It's not that not really that hot. Although it did get up to about 24 degrees today, which was quite nice. Oh, the t-shirt. Yeah, hold on. There's my t-shirt. It's my Ghostbuster t-shirt that I got in the what was it? In the Nerd Block welcome pack, I think it was. Was it? No, what one was it? It was the classic block, but it just happened to be the Ghostbusters week, I think. Yeah, it was in the Nerd Block. It was in this blue one here. There it is. That one there. That Nerd Block. So that's enough about my t-shirt. And enough free advertising from Nerd Block. They do not sponsor me. If they want to, please feel free. So, this week, what shall we do? Let's have a look at what contracts are being offered to us, because we're being offered quite a few interesting contracts that we could have a look at. We've got Explore Duna and we've got Explore Ike being offered to us. We also have... oh, there we go. Build a new surface outpost on the moon. And I thought we had one for launch a space station at the moon, but clearly we don't. No, we don't. So, Explore Duna, Explore Ike, surface outpost on the moon, or do we go back to Minmus and do the flag on Minmus and the satellite around Minmus? Excuse me. And an orbital spacewalk near Minmus. What do we reckon? What do we think, people? Does anyone have any preference as to what direction we go? Duna and Ike, Duna or Ike, or surface outpost on Mun. It might actually, the surface outpost might be kind of a multi-episode thing, because we have to be able to support at least 5 Kerbals. It's going to be tricky to launch an outpost that we can land on the moon. All of the contracts, yeah, maybe not. It's going to be tricky to land an outpost on the moon. Ike, as I've never seen it. Well, that's a good enough reason. Conduct generic surveys of... we never finished the generic surveys of Kerbin. Yes, we need to do that spaceplane stuff. Oh, cat's back. Hello. I wonder if he'll come and say hello today. Come then. Come on. No. Only when I don't want him to. No, he sat down. Okay, never mind. He had a chance. He's sitting on the floor next to me now. If you had a dragon, I'd have done it for you. I like the surface outpost. Only 5 years late. 5 years late? Deadline 5 years. Yeah, we've got 5 years to do that, but it could take us quite a while to get to Duna and Ike. He's trying to get into the bedroom, and he's pulling the curtain through at the moment. You aren't going to get in. You don't fit through a hole. I know you can fit through some pretty small holes. You're not that small. You are a big cat. I would kind of like to do the surface outpost. But I also don't like having contracts that are incomplete sitting on our list. This one's winding me up. This one I really don't like. The fact that that's sitting there. And we haven't actually got it completed. The lap is committal. This is just to show that more food would be just fine. Indeed. I think we need to try and do this. We need to try and do this survey mission first. And then, mind you, we did lose quite a few Kerbals doing that, didn't we? We're going to have to hire some more Kerbals. Let's just quickly go to that that probe that we've got going around the sun. That one. And fly. There we go. And then have a look at the contract situation with that one. So, map 5 asteroids threatening Kerbin is what we need to do with this one. And there's one that we saw a long time ago. So let's speed up time, keeping an eye on the whole year situation. Ah, look, Sentinel is now mopped. It's mopped them. Yeah, it cleaned them up a bit. Ah, Sentinels have finished mapping suitable asteroids around Kerbin for demagic. Okay, so that is that contract complete. That's good. And there's three asteroids there, but we can't track them because we haven't upgraded the tracking station. But there we go. At least that's the contract done. And we got 55,000 funds, 2 science, and 3 reputation for that. That's not bad. So let's go... Hang on. Out of the map and back to the Space Centre. We'll leave that one sitting there doing what it wants to do. Just saw the duration on the surface outpost. 13 years. Yeah, we've got 13 years to do it. Bearing in mind, everything we've done so far, we've done in 2 years. And that's 14 episodes of KSP Live we've done in 2 years in-game. So 13 years is a pretty darn long time. However, once you start doing missions to other planets, 2 years can pass pretty quickly. Right, so this contract, we need to take laser ablation and core samples and things like that. We were designing a plane that really would not fly. And we need to fix that, basically. So let's load up the plane that we were using, which was this one, S05E14 5P, which I thought should have flown. You know, that new word that I just invented. I thought that this should have flew quite well. Why? Sorry, my phone just buzzed and I got a weird message. Hang on. Sorry, just had to reply to that. That was a message from the wife. Don't ignore those. That's one set of messages you don't ignore. So, how can we improve this so that, you know, it actually flies? See, it did fly. It did take off. It just didn't kind of really go anywhere. So, what we need is... Let's try. Ooh, that was a bit too much. Let's go up a bit. Let's angle these wings down a bit. Because that'll make our centre of thrust below our centre of gravity. It'll also make that nose point right the way down, won't it? Because the wheels are so low. We could put the wheels kind of on the end of the wings. That would be... Oh, will you be quiet, cat? On the end of the wings is probably not a good idea. Let's lock them back on. If I do something like this... Oops, not like that. Like that. Will that work? There you go, that works. I think. Add another engine each wing. I don't think we need more engines. We just need more lift. Those wheels are just about good enough. We'll probably have some, you know, engines hitting the floor and things. We could probably do with better elevons, actually. Actually, I can tweak scale them, can't I? Boing! Wow! That's big. That's what she said. There we go. That's a bit too big, isn't it? Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Scale it back down again. I could scale that one up though. It's not really the right place for an elevon. That one would be okay for roll. Oh dear. My in-specific cola drink is making me burp. Need lift? Well, there's someone offering help in the chat. Indeed. What if we just add... Let's have a look where we are. Hold on. We got this, this, and this. So our centre of lift is high. Our centre of thrust is low, which is good. That will help us keep the nose up. I wonder if we can add, like... Oh no, not that big. If I can add some more wing under the wing. No, it's too big. That one's too big as well. What if I added it under here, though? Something like that. I mean, that'd give us more lift, would it not? Oh, that looks a bit ugly. Right, scratch that. Hang on, let's go for the straight one. Oh, now there's an idea. Hold on. Right, let's turn the centers off. If I attach something down here, turn off that one. terrible looking. I hate it when it does that. Won't let me select something else. Doesn't let me select. I can select that. Why can't I can select that? Oh, now I can select it. Weird thing. Okay. There we go. Right. There we go. Give us a bit of clearance as well. And then we could put some elevons on that as well. Oops. If I press the right button. And then go, no, this way. The angle's not quite right, is it? That'll have to do. That's not bad. Let's give it some struttage under here, just to secure it a little bit. That's not bad. Oh, apart from the fact that we're going to have to... That's our drill, isn't it? Yeah, that's probably not the best design in the world, is it? Let's move that back here. That's better. And yeah, this is our laser ablator as well, isn't it? Oh, hang on. We only needed one drill. Thank you very much. That's better. And we only need one laser ablator as well. And the laser ablator goes underneath. Like so. Right, so that's that and that. Batteries are in there. They're still safe. Everything else looks kind of okay. That's under there. That'll probably scrape on the floor at some point. We'll have to keep an eye out on that one. So if we now go for the centre of mass lift and all that lot, the centre of lift is just behind the centre of gravity, which is ideal. It's not quite so high now, which is good. The centre of thrust is still below the centre of gravity, which is going to push our nose up. So hopefully we should be able to control this a bit better. So this is now going to be the S05E14 1P. And we're going to save that, and we aren't going to put a pilot in it because we haven't got one. So we're going to go and hire a pilot. Right, into here. So we have 0 available Kerbals, 4 assigned. He's a pilot. She's a pilot, rather, but she's up on the space station at the moment. So we have Sansi Kerman, we have Gwennis Kerman, and we have Jeffrick Kerman. The last pilot that we hired was a lady, so let's hire a man. Jeffrick. Come on, Jeffrick. Lots of courage, not very stupid. That sounds good. There are quite a few lost Kerbals. And actually, I think we've probably got some flags that we need to put out, haven't we? Because I don't think we've put one out for summer. Yeah, I don't think we've put a flag out for summer. And I don't think we put one out for Harvey either. Where's Jelly Kerman? Is he on the... Oh, he's up there on the space station. Okay. One day there will be Dragon Kerman. I look forward to that day. Okay, so we have a pilot now anyway. So let's... That's the wrong building. There's no planes in there. Well, there might be, but there shouldn't be any planes in there. Okay, so now we go here, nope, here, and Jeffrick, in you get. There you go, you are our pilot. We're going to save that, and we're going to see if this thing will fly. I really hope it will, because I'm running out of ideas to make this thing fly without completely rebuilding it. Okay. Here we are. Our nose is pointing up very slightly while we're on the ground, which is good, because that's going to add to our lift. We're rolling forward a bit, so let's have the brakes on. What lights have we got? Oh, we have got lights because of the wheels. We've got one pointing backwards because of that wheel. But, no, we've got some landing lights, which is good. Pretty. Nighttime launch, though, so let's... electric charge could be an issue. Right, SAS is going on. Throttle doesn't need to be 100% because this thing's going to fly like... Well... Flying speed-wise, hopefully it will fly in actual flight terms as well, but we shall see. How much clearance have we got? We've got loads of ground clearance, that's good. Let's see if this thing will actually take off. Let's activate the engines. And remove the brakes. We are rolling. Let's watch how straight we roll up the runway on this one. Let's see if it actually takes off of its own accord. Let's up the throttle a little bit. It's not taking off of its own accord yet, so let's pull up on the stick. And we can take off. That's convenient. Let's get the wheels in. Wheels are in. Nose is going up. I like nose going up. Oh, here's an idea. If I let go... We're still going up. That's good. Okay. Let's activate navigation to where we're supposed to be going. And we need to be going west. No, east. We're facing east, aren't we? Yeah. So we're kind of going in the right direction straight away, aren't we? Let's get some altitude. It's quite a nice looking plane actually when you look at it. I should have just clipped those up a little bit, shouldn't I? I should have just flipped them so that it comes down and then straightens out at the end. That would have looked nice. Losing speed already, which obviously we're going to do because we're flying straight upwards. Not straight upwards, you know what I mean. Let's increase the throttle, which will actually push our nose up slightly because our centre of thrust is below our centre of mass. In fact, we can now speed up even more. We'll see how high we can get with our air intakes. This doesn't actually show our air intake, which is a shame because we're using these parts here. Oh look, we've got the wing clipping through the engine. I didn't notice that. That's very nice and attractive, isn't it? That won't affect the airflow at all, will it? Effective airspeed is good. Flow is dropping, which is expected because we're increasing in altitude. So, how fast can we go before the atmosphere starts to slow us down? So let's push us to 100% throttle. We're at 6,000 meters. It's coming up on 7,000 meters. We are speeding up again, which is good. Fuel flow is dropping. Thrust is starting to drop. Speed is still increasing at this point though, which is good. I've run out of drink. What can you see, Jeffrick? Docking mode? Yeah, I don't think so. This is not docking mode. Nice little view. You can just see the engines there, or the air intakes rather. No window at the top though. That's not a bad little cockpit. Catching up with the sun, which is good. Our nose has dropped a bit. Speed's increasing quite a lot though. Let's try and pull our nose up. I'm pulling up. Nothing's happening. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So we seem to have kind of reached our altitude peak, I think. We can't really go higher than we are right now. We don't have sufficient lift, it would seem. The nose is dipping. Pull up. Why are they going up and they're going down? Let me switch these, make these roll only. That's a bit better. That's a lot better. So those flaps are like upside down or something. We can get the nose right up now, look at that. I wonder if that's part of the problem we had in the other craft. I'm getting right up to 45 degrees now. Leave it there, see what it does. I mean, we're heading in the right direction. Kind of. We're actually heading slightly in the wrong direction. Alright, now pull the nose up, please. No, we're back to not being able to put the nose up. So 12 kilometers seems to be some kind of a peak. Come on, bring the nose up. Someone turn off the whistle, it's making this dragon cower behind its wings, it's so squeaky. How about that? Is that better? Look at that, we're dropping right down now. Nose is slowly coming up, but we really don't have the control over this to be able to pull the nose up properly. It's weird. Switching those elevons to roll mode is definitely made a big difference, though. There we go, there we go. We're going back up again now. It's really strange. Why did that just disappear? Come on, come back. So we've caught up with the sun. I say caught up with the sun, it's obviously sunrise, isn't it, at the moment, but we've had an early sunrise. It's kind of still wanting to kind of dip off to the right hand side for a little bit. We want to come just to the left hand side of that 90-degree marker, because that's where our target is. Well, we're up at 12.5 kilometres again. Now the nose is dropping again. I don't get this. I don't understand. I think the elevons are not strong enough. We need the elevons to be scaled up. Or maybe these R8s. We should have scaled those up. No, that's not good. Deploy those, I can... Woo! Well, maybe we should have had more SAS. Kind of on the right trajectory now. We're on the right path. We're staying at like 10.5 kilometres. Doesn't seem to want us go much higher than that. Get our nose right up, which takes a while. And then let go. The nose drops a bit. Our trajectory drops a bit. And the nose, yeah, the nose just starts to drop. So what if I use some trim? Does that hold us in place? Kind of. No, our nose is still dropping. Worrying. Why is it so difficult to build a plane that can fly at this altitude? At high speed. $203.2 meters a second at the moment, and we're speeding up because our nose is dropping. So we're kind of stalling almost. Right, well let's see what happens if we speed up time. The nose will probably drop right down. No. Nose is not doing too bad. We're wobbling quite a lot. Weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble. SAS not having such a good time fighting against the stresses of accelerated time. But I'm afraid if we don't fly in accelerated time, it's going to take us flipping ages to get there. So let's straighten things out a little bit. Whoa, that's not what I meant. That's not straightening things out a little bit at all. That is quite the opposite. Oh, come on. Straighten out. There we go. Right. No. Straighten out. Stop bobbing around. There we go. There we go. Come on then. Nose up. Nose up. Come on. Got no parachutes on this thing, have we? That wasn't clever. Okay, now, can you hold the nose up for me while we accelerate time a bit more? What if we do it on 3 times instead of 4? Can you hold me steady that way? No, it still wobbles a lot. It's not easy to fly to the other side of the planet quickly. Come on, let's get the nose back up. Ideally, I'd like us to get to a higher altitude, but it doesn't seem to want to do that. And I have to hold my finger on the key that pulls the nose up the whole time. Our speed drops quite a lot. The thrust is dropping quite a lot. We are still gaining altitude though. We're kind of capping off though. The nose is dropping. Even with my finger on the come on, even with my finger on the key to hold the nose up, the nose is still dropping. We're coming up to that other continent now, which is good. Fuel is looking good as well, which is a promising sign. Just starting to be able to pull the nose up again. Quite a long way to go, haven't we? Whoa! Yeah, accelerated time. Really difficult to control. Even with the sensitive controls activated. Ooh, have I caught it? I think I've got it back level. We just cannot hold our nose up reliably. Whoa! What happened there? Okay. Time for some acrobatics. Jeffrick's having a great time. He's loving that. Okay, we're over land now. There we go, over the mountains. Very difficult to keep this thing level when we're in accelerated time. It's kind of level. We're going to beat the height record. We've reached 13 kilometers, but then the nose is going to drop pretty quickly. Yeah, we're losing altitude quickly as well. That's not great. Right, let's try and hold it here somewhere. There we go. Nose is level. Kind of alright-ish. Right, so we're past that little peninsula. There goes the space station past us. We'll have to check those for supplies and science and things before we finish up. There's still quite a long way to go, isn't there? What can we do that's, you know, slightly more interesting than this while we're waiting for this flight to go through? I could do with getting a drink, actually. My drink ran out and I'm still thirsty. I don't particularly want to go downstairs to the kitchen to get myself a drink whilst I have a Kerbal in an aeroplane in accelerated time. Kind of holding altitude now, though, aren't we? Look. Kind of. Oh, now it's dropping. Why is it suddenly dropping? Snow's just suddenly decided to start dropping. Is it? I don't know why. Will it recover? Yeah, it's kind of recovering on itself, so we're kind of doing this naturally. I've just left it as it is, and it's kind of snaking along. I wonder if any of these things, if we can get any science from these while we're up here. That's... no, we can... oh, can't do it in accelerated time, can we? That's a shame. Kind of looks like a boomerang. A little bit. A little bit. A boomerang that doesn't spin, travels in one direction, and does so at 258 meters per second. Oh, I can see land. That'll be that little... this little... I'm pointing to my screen again. It's that one there. Can you see it? Yeah, it's this one that I'm pointing to. It's down... yeah. For you, it's over there. Right. Let's do it with the cursor, shall we? That makes more sense. This little outcropping of land is what we're seeing coming up now. There it is, just over there. Jeffrick having a great flight by the looks of his face. He's really enjoying this. The Death Star has come up from the horizon now. We're still tipping slightly to the left, aren't we? It's very strange. I don't really know why. Everything's symmetrical and what have you, so I don't know why it would kind of tip to the left. We're still travelling in the right direction though. If anything, we're travelling more in the right direction than we were before. Electrical charge is holding nicely. Monoprop we aren't using, we probably should have taken that out. Food, water and oxygen, no problems with those. Liquid fuel is... we've only used a quarter of the fuel so far, so that's not bad. Technically, we could fly back again. Don't really plan on doing that, but we could. I wonder how far that actually is. How far we've actually flown. We took off from here and we've flown round the bulge of the planet and we're coming down the other side in, you know, geometric terms as opposed to, you know, actual physics. There's the mountains. That'll be these mountains down here now that we can see. So there's land. Yeah, there's land right next to us. What would that be? Let's see. Yeah, these continents don't really tie up to anything on Earth, do they? This one kind of looks like Africa and a little bit of Europe, but the rest of them, I mean, that could be the United States, but then there's kind of... this section down here doesn't really relate to anything. I suppose that could be Australia, New Zealand and everything, I suppose. So this is kind of India and China. No, because that'd have to be over by the African continent. I don't know. That would be Africa, so that would kind of be India and China. So we'd be taking off from, like, India or Indonesia in the Kerbal Space Center, if this were Earth. And that were, you know, Africa. That's kind of India and Indonesia there, isn't it? So this would be Australia down here. I don't know what this is then. I suppose this would be Russia and China, maybe. I don't know. Very strange. Well, it's not very strange. It's a different planet. Nothing strange about that at all. Okay, we've gone a little bit off course, but that's not the end of the world. We can correct that once we make landfall, I think. Although we are veering, let's very carefully. Whoa, that wasn't very carefully at all. Come on, let's get that. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, Here we go, here we go. Right. Level out, please. That's better. Right. Back to travelling in the right direction. Back to wobbling a lot, but never mind. We are heading in the right direction, which is good. Can we quite see that land yet? Is that land coming into view yet? Not quite yet. It'll come around here, won't it? It's drifting off to the right again now. Weird. Don't get these controls. There we go. That'll do. Hold it there. I don't mind coming into the north of them and having to come down, that's fine. You watch, we'll do this and we'll find out that we've brought the wrong science instruments or something like that. Once we've got this done, we'll have a look at maybe we'll check the space station. And we'll have a look at a plan for the moon base, I think. So, starting to see the land now, which is good. We'll need to be coming down towards that land soonish. Now we're at 11 kilometers. We can drop from 11 kilometers pretty darn quickly. But then we will pick up a lot of speed in the process. This is like when you go on an aeroplane and they show you, your current path. I mean, they don't show you, your path as in if we were to turn the engines off now, where would we crash into the sea? I think that would probably be quite worrying if they showed that to you on an aeroplane. But yes, on an aeroplane they kind of show you this little map and they show you how far you are across your journey and things like that. And that's kind of what this is, isn't it? Right, I think it's time that we take ourselves off of 4x time warp and start getting our alignment right, because we are now approaching where we need to be. Let's take it off of the off of the sensitive controls. Let's bring our throttle down a bit and we'll start to come down a little as we come over the surface. Over the surface. Over the land. That's the word. That hard stuff that you find in between the seas. So our speed is dropping. Our lights are still on, actually. We don't need those, do we? That's not the right key. That's the right key. Turn those lights off. Don't need those. So we're dropping in altitude and our speed is... Oh no, our speed's increasing now. Let's reduce our throttle. Go. Our nose is level, we are losing altitude. Still gaining speed though. Don't want to be gaining speed. There we go. Losing speed. Losing altitude as we approach our targets. We do actually have to land on the surface, on the surface, on the surface. Laser ablation, core samples, and laser ablation again, which is fine. Trying to get my nose to stay down, and it seems to want to drift up now. Ah, that's because we've got our flaps deployed still, isn't it? So let's undeploy the flaps, take them off inverted as well. Let's leave one set on, I think. Just give us that little bit of extra nose uppage. Throttle down a little bit more. We are still at 7,500 meters. It's a bit hilly around this area. I'm hoping we are going to actually have somewhere to land so that we can drive this thing to our actual target spots. Underneath us is very hilly. We're approaching them pretty quickly, aren't we? Let's bring the throttle right down. Let's bring the nose down. Just taking the trim off. Speed is dropping. Altitude is dropping. Just a little bit off course, which we can deal with that though. Okay, speed is dropping quickly now, and our altitude is dropping. I think the speed is dropping quicker because we're getting into the thicker part of the atmosphere. The air is slowing us down a lot more now. Okay, we're going to need to nose right down, I think. Because otherwise we are going to miss. Let's get the wheels out. Don't actually know where the ground is at this point. Radar altitude. That's not bad. Right, we're at radar altitude of 3,000, just under 3,000. So the ground's at like 500 metres at this point. Are we missing? We are missing, aren't we? The dragon ponders the strange silence in here. It has gone very quiet in the chat. Are you just all like on the edge of your seats, gripped by the drama of this flight? It's not been the most interesting flight particularly. It would be forgiven if you had, you know, wandered off into doing something else. I think actually we're going to need... shut down that engine. Shut down that engine. Reverse thrust. Because there is Zone Alpha that we're trying to get to. Okay. Leaving Zone Alpha, entering Zone Gamma. We're going to have to land and turn around, I think. Leaving Zone Gamma. Yeah, we're going to have to land and turn around. Come on. Nose up, please. Nose up, please. Oh. Yeah, we've got a bit of a problem. So, no nearby objects to focus. The landing part was not quite what I had in mind. I think parachutes may have been a better way of handling that situation. Although then we would have had to have repacked them, which... see, the problem is, when we slow it down to be able to come down, we can't keep the nose up. I think we need canards on the nose, I think, don't we? So, yes, another Kerbal lost. Another pilot lost as well. What's strange is I've built some really, really controllable planes in the past. And I don't seem to be able to build them anymore. Aha! Aha, yes. If we fail this, we lose 32,000 funds and 9 reputation. It's turning out to be a dangerous mission. I'm a Kerbal serial killer, indeed. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? That's an easy contract. I wonder how long that'll be there. Position a satellite in a specific orbit. My goodness, there's a lot of funds on offer there. Mystery goo. A resource survey scanner on the satellite. Ah, so is that they want like a polar orbit or something like that, don't they, on that one? Temperature surveys near boss 4. I think we're gonna have to go. That says orbital station now. I could have sworn that said. I could have sworn that said a base, a ground station. A ground station. Yeah, you know what I mean. Build a new station that has an antenna. See, we could probably do that with the craft that with one of the ones that we've got up there already, you know. See this one here. We could probably get that to the moon. Well, look at that, it's asking us to do it. Interesting. If I fly that, we need to check in on it anyway. The problem with a base around the moon is we need to be able to get resources to it, which is going to be fun. How much fuel has this thing got on it? Oh, not a lot. Okay. Not a lot. I've got 1.969 science in there. How are they doing for resources? 502 days. Plenty. If I switch to that one and scratch my itchy ear. Whoa, come back. There we go, right. So this one's got a lot more fuel in it. It's got a lot less science in it. And how are they doing for resources? 181 days. Now, I am wondering, if we bring some resources up to this one to fill it up. It doesn't need a lot, look. We could bring a pilot up, dock the pilot's craft on here, and fly this thing to the moon. Because I think we've got the Delta V in this to get it to the moon. You know, we just burn down here and... I mean, how long would the burn be, realistically speaking? If we were to do that... I mean, what's the Delta V that it would take? Doesn't say. 831 metres per second. We've got 1,444 metres per second of Delta V. So 831 plus enough to get us back into orbit again. That's not right at all, is it? Let's get rid of that. Let's come down here. Here is what I want. There we go. Something like that. It doesn't tell us what the Delta V would be for that. Yeah, it doesn't tell us what the Delta V would be for that part. But I think we could put that. I think we could put the existing one in orbit around the moon. What do you think? Where is it in relation to the Space Centre at the moment? It's a little way away. I'm going to give that a go. Let's go back to the Space Centre. Let's accept that contract and see if we can send that space station to the moon. Because there's no real reason why we wouldn't be able to. Build a new orbital station around the moon. Oh, it must be a new station. Ah, right. We can't do that. Scratch that idea. We can use the design though. So let's accept that contract. I'm going to give that a go. We'll use our existing base as a base. Load. Right, so these would be S05E13-1? No. E11-1. Which one's that? Let's load that one. Right, that's the one that had the cupola module in it. So that does support 5 Kerbals for sure. In fact, it supports a lot more than 5 Kerbals. We don't actually need the mobile processing lab on it, do we? Do we want the mobile processing lab on it? We could... If we have the lab on it... we could run missions from the station to the surface of the moon. Yeah, so we'll leave the station... We'll leave the science lab on there, but let's load the other one. So that was the S05E11. Was it the E13 one? No, it can't be. Is that? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe that is what we launched. Yeah, because it was... Yeah, okay. So there's that. Now that for some reason didn't have as much delta V. Don't really remember why not. And we had a big issue with the staging somewhere along the line as well, didn't we? That's certainly not a good idea. Look at that. That is connected to the solid boosters. Let's fix that, shall we? Let's take that off. Ah, not that. Yeah, let's take the main engine off. There's a good idea. Come on, undo please, thank you. Right. Let's take the fuel duct off. We will put the fuel duct here instead. And we will put it like that going that way. And we will take this fuel duct. Not really the way I wanted to do it, but never mind. We'll take this fuel duct, put it there, and connect it to that. And then that one feeds into there. So that's fine. Okay, that explains a lot, actually, as to why the previous launch of this didn't work very well. That's just boosted the delta V right up. So that fires, they fire, they fire, they fire, that fires, they fire, that fires. Okay. Then parachute, yeah, that's not right, is it? Parachutes, 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 and those fire, but that wants to go up here somewhere now. This one is going to go first, I think, isn't it? There we go. So parachutes, 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 they decouple. Then parachutes and that decouples. Then parachutes, 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 that decouples. Parachutes, 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 that decouples. Then that decouples and that engine fires. Okay. Oh, okie doke. Wasted space. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I shall see you soon. Okay, so we've got pretty much everything that we can possibly want on this. Don't need a survey scanner on it. We've got a barometer that we probably will never use. We've got... Have we got a barometer on it? No, maybe we haven't. Well, you have. There's a barometer. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we're never going to use. Did we put a solar thingy on it? Yeah. Science Junior we haven't put on it, but we're probably not going to need that. Let's put a Kerbal Engineer part on it so we can see the delta V that this thing offers us at any given... Oh, we've got one. Okay. Let's not put another one of those on. Okay, so yeah, I think we've got everything that we need on this. And the Delta V has very much improved. S3 is where our thingy drops. Our Delta V... our thrust to weight drops. Yeah, that makes sense. We should be quite high by then, so that should be okay. So this thing should definitely be able to get us to the moon, considering we really messed up the launch of the previous attempt of this craft, and that still got us into orbit, and we've got fuel left in that. So we're gonna need crew and stuff, aren't we? We're probably also gonna need more in the way of supplies. 202 days with maximum crew. So that'll be 5, won't it? Yeah. We aren't going to have 5 in there, but 202 days is not a lot. I wonder if we can... Let's go for utility. Life support supplies container. Large. Let's purchase that. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. Oops. Any more of those? No. Okay. And then let's go... Oh. Like that. Grab one of them. Stick it in there. Put that on. And there you go. That's our life support supplies. At the edge of the processing lab. Reduces our Delta V a little bit, but gives us 569 days with maximum crew. So that's considerably better than what we had. We don't have any RCS on this, do we? So perhaps we should have a look at adding that. And we've got somewhere to put it now, actually, haven't we? Because we've let go of it. There we go. So let's go command and control. Where are we? Thruster power 0.1, thruster power 1, thruster power 1, thruster power 2, thruster power 1, thruster power 10. Oh, that's a jet thruster. Right. Thruster power 1. That's a reaction wheel, that's a reaction wheel, that's a reaction wheel. So, these are as good as anything. That's a 5-way thruster block. Right, so let's go like that. Check where the centre of gravity is. Oh no, I can't do that because the centre of gravity is going to be where... right the way down there somewhere, isn't it? So let's have some more here as well. I do that, and we remove that layer of solar panels. We've got parachutes there as well. Whoops, let go. Is that parachute going to interfere? It could, but I'm going to risk it. Risk it for a biscuit. And then we could do with a bit more actual RCS fuel, couldn't we? Now we still haven't unlocked any RCS tanks. Hey there, amazing Visa 3. Welcome, welcome. We need some RCS, so that's going to have to probably be those, isn't it? Or... no, that's liquid fuel and oxidizer. Yeah, that's kind of the best that we can do, so it's going to have to be those. Where should we put them? Should we put them here? Something like that, just to give us that extra bit of fuel. That means that telescope's looking directly at our RCS tank. That's probably not ideal. There we go, right. We face it forward instead. we go. Okay. Shock horror, a working stream on YouTube. Indeed. Of course it's a working stream. It's KSP Live. It's my stream. I think this is good. I think this is gonna be the one. So let's give this a name now. This is going to be S05E14-2. We're going to save that, and we're going to go and hire a pilot. There's one in Russian, one has no sound, and the other crashed my iPad. Well, there you go. There's a lot of people who do live streaming, and they don't really know what they're doing. Okay, so Sanzi or Gwenis, who's going to be our lucky pilot? Let's have Gwenis, I think, and let's take a scientist and an engineer with us as well. Ribzon is a scientist. Jondorf is a scientist. Ribzon or Jondorf? Jondorf is very stupid. Ribzon is pretty stupid, but more courageous. I think Ribzon. We're going to take Ribzon because he's got his ribs on. Yeah? I don't know. We can't afford to take an engineer as well unless we bring one of these guys. Which means bringing these guys home first. Which I don't really want to do. So let's not do that. Let's come in here. We've spent a lot of money on Kerbals. Yeah, I might have been closer with Victim, but there we go. Certainly if the last few launches have been anything to go by. We'll have to stick out some memorial flags for those at some point as well. So, crew, pilot in the cockpit, scientist. You can go in the cockpit too. Ideally we need 3, don't we? We do need 3. How much does this cost to launch? 153. Yeah, we can't afford another one. Unless we bring home some Kerbals. But that means launching the Soyuz type thing. Build a new station that has an antenna, a docking port, and can generate power. Have a facility supporting it. Maintain stability. So we don't need anything specific on there. We've got everything that we need. Where are we going to go? This is going to be an orbital station around the moon to complete this contract that we've got here. Yeah, build a new orbital station around the moon. This mission we failed. Well, technically, we haven't officially failed it yet. We just couldn't build a plane that did the job. So I think this is ready to roll. This is the S05E14-2. Let's hit launch and take this out to the launch pad. More fire. More boosters. More struts. Right. Here we are on the launch pad. We are going to put our SAS on. We're going to put our throttle to 100%. Otherwise this thing's probably not going to go anywhere. I suppose, I mean, this is quite important really, because let's hide the, let's get a screenshot of this, because we haven't actually, I don't think we've launched a moon station in KSP Live before. That was the wrong key. What did I move it to? F8, there we go. Oh, no, it's got that message on the screen. Hang on, go away. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we've actually launched a moon station yet. So this is interesting, really. In honour of all the Kerbals that we have over in our graveyard over there, this will be the first orbital station to head to the moon Piloted by Gwenys Kerman with scientist Ribzon Kerman. Flying the S05E14-2. And we are going to launch in 3, 2, 1, go. We are away. Yep, we're away. Here we go. Fairly good speed. Tends to go a bit wobbly, this one, for some reason. We're going to lose the liquids before the solids again, like we did the first time we launched this, when the pipework was actually correctly arranged. 1,500 metres. Let's bring our nose down just a little. Getting ready to dump those first set of liquid engines. There they go. And they're away cleanly, which is good. And then quickly followed by the solids. There they go. And they're away cleanly. That's also good. Let's bring the nose down a bit. Let's get this turn going, because we're a little bit late on the turn. It's a bit of a weird layout because of the whole, rockets being dumped off in a funny order. .800, 8,000 metres. 200 metres a second now. 1/4 fuel left on the next stage of fuel. That will be coming off in just a moment. Ready? Here it goes. And that's away cleanly. Parachutes don't appear to have fired. Oh, that's alright though, because they're set to fire deeper in the atmosphere. That's fine. 12.5 kilometres, 13 kilometres. Apoapsis at 16 kilometres. Let's bring us down to 45 degrees, which is where we're supposed to be. Keep our nose up. 17.5 kilometres. Apo is at 20. Bring our nose down a bit. We're at 20. Speed is at 360 metres a second. Apo at 24 kilometres. Apo at 26 kilometres. We are coming up on 24 kilometres now. Hopefully our Apo will start to pull away from us, and we are now getting ready to dump that final outer stage. There that goes. Get away cleanly. Oh, it's took the wings with it. That wasn't good. Let's hope we don't need those. We're at 28 kilometres. Woo, why are we drifting off that way? Come on, come back. We're at 30 kilometres. Our Apo's at 33. We don't actually need those wings. We are okay. We're stable because of our altitude. If anything, actually, that was quite handy because it's made us lighter for this stage. Apo's at 37. We really could do with... We could do with shutting the cat up a bit. come on, come on. Bring the nose down. The nose is wanting to push us up because we haven't got those wings to help us stabilise us. Yeah, the nose is wanting to push up all the time at the moment. We are coming up on 39 kilometres. Our APO is only at 40. Which is not great. So 41. We need to keep pushing that APO away from us. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to nose up, I think. Oh. Okay, I didn't expect that engine to run out there. Am I doing a direct ascent? I'm just getting this thing in orbit. I'm trying to take it to the moon with us. So why have we got an engine there that says it's still attached but has no fuel? That's that engine. What's that one? That one's just floated off down there. That's a bit weird. What blew up? That was the like the little fairing on the engine. They have a tendency to blow up when you fire your engine. Oh dear, we're not actually going to get to orbit, are we? What fuel have we got in here? I think we're going to get to the moon. This is not good. Something went wrong somewhere along the lines. At this rate, we're just going to struggle to get to orbit. We should have just gone vertical and. We did that before, didn't we? APO's at 53 now. Can I do it like this? Can I do it like this? Yeah, time to APO is still increasing, so we're okay now. At 61. Those at 66. So we are going to get this thing to space, but we really could have done with getting to space easier. APO at 98. So, not the launch that I had in mind. Let's get this thing up there. Okay, we're in space, so let's speed up time, get us to the APO. Let's at least get this thing in orbit. Right. Point prograde. There we go. Burn. Whoa! What? What's going on there? That was weird. I just zoomed right out. Okay. Well, we're in orbit. That really threw me then. Where's the moon? Over there. Let's see if we set that as target. See what kind of burn we need. Not quite sure what's going on there. That looks good though. There we go, that's considerably less fuel. What is that? 800 metres a second, and we've only got 600 metres a second of delta V. Let's see how frugally we can do this burn. $764. Yeah, we don't have enough fuel to do this. Unless we like just fly straight into the moon, but that's not really. Oops, bash my microphone. That's not really what we had in mind. Shall we deorbit this, or? Shall we try and dock it? With our other station. Right, okay, that wasn't showing me what I thought it was. Where's that manoeuvre gone? It's disappeared, okay. So, if at the Perry I burn to bring the Apo in, Where is the other station? Oh, it's behind us anyway. Okay. So... Alright, if I bring that in then, but do it in a couple of orbits time, yeah, we actually have a chance to dock the two stations to each other, which would be an achievement. So let's do that. Let's let this do a couple of orbits past. So that's gone round one. Come on, speed up. See, look at that. There is an intersect, and there is almost an intersect right here. So if I put a maneuver in here, no, that's not good. So if I do a maneuver here, that will bring us pretty close. Separation of 7.3 kilometers. 6.8. .8 or something else. .4, something like that. Right, so on the next orbit, we do that burn. Come on, round you come. What is all that noise? I can hear a load of noise going on downstairs in my house. Okay, let's get ourselves on target. There we go. Estimated burn of 6 seconds. Node in 46, so let's speed up time just a little bit. We want to be burning at T-3. 5, 4, 3. Cut. How did we do? It's kind of jumping around, but we've got either 43 or 70 kilometers. One of the two. But we can fix that quite easily as we approach. So let's speed around to that. I mean, we're not that far from the space station as we are. 100 odd kilometers. There shouldn't be a huge speed difference either. Typical, it's saying 70 kilometers. No, it's not, it's saying 4.3. Do I believe we landed on the moon? Yes, I do. I think I think I do. If by we you are referring to, you know, humans. Right, there we go. We are... Oh, that's the wrong way. This thing's very, very easy to maneuver. Speed up. Whilst heading directly towards our target. 20 meters a second ought to do it. Course correction. .35. Let's get ready for a slowdown burn. We're approaching pretty quickly. Hopefully we'll just go to the side of it rather than directly at it. I've done that before. .5 meters a second. Okay, so time to get the RCS on. Let's see how responsive the RCS is at this point. Oh, not bad. So this is the bottom of the craft we're looking at. We're gonna then, so we're gonna set the bottom docking port as the target and control from here. Wrong button. Oops. Yeah, we kind of collided. That's going to be a pain. Electric charge is running out. Why is electric charge running out? The sun's over there. Alright, I've sent it into a spin, so let's switch to it. Get it to get its SAS sorted out. Please. Oh, we need a pilot for that. There we go. What is that docking mod? It is nav ball docking indicators or something like that is what I'm using. No, I don't want to be that way around. I do want to be this way around. I want to be directly upside down. Apologies for going extremely quiet while I'm doing docking. I'm sure you understand. Anyone who's done these kind of manoeuvres before will certainly understand. To come. No, hang on. Ta-da! Docked. Perfect. Those Kerbals are way too happy. Yes, they are quite happy, aren't they? So we have Gwyneth Ribson, and we now have Katrine and Pirate Roberts all together in one larger space station. Oh, look at that. We lost all the stages that we... Oh, no, we didn't lose them all. We lost some of the stages on the way up here. So we've just docked two space stations together, providing us with considerably more resources And, well, these guys are quite capable of staying up here for quite some time longer. Now, this is the station that didn't have very much sciencey stuff on it. Hence, we've only got 33 data here. However, this one, we've brought a lot of sciencey stuff with us. So if I toggle the shutter on this, and this wasn't the intended mission for this craft, but there we go, 8 data from that. And we have a lot of electric charge coming from this because we have 2 lots of solar panels. In fact, we could probably rotate it and get it even higher. We'll do something like this. It's very wobbly. Okay, we can reset that. No, we were better before. Okay, fair enough. Alright, I've messed it right up now. Come on, let's get us pointing at the sun. There we go. Right, so solar panels pointing at the sun. Let's see what we can get. We're not going to get anything from the imager, I don't think, are we? Log pressure data. We can get pressure data. Okay, 15 science, 15 data from that. Log imaging data. We do get multispectral analysis. Okay. Uh-oh. A tank of oxidizer is leaking. Do we have an engineer? I don't think we do. Right. Mute the alarm. Thank you very much. Are any of you guys engineers? Gwennis isn't. Ribson's a scientist. Katrine's a scientist. Pirate Robert is a pilot, I believe. Oh. We don't have an engineer and we're leaking oxidizer. That's not good. Let's disable crossfeed, first of all. So that we don't lose the oxidizer from this tank as well. In fact, let's move all the oxidizer out of that tank into that tank. Oh. I clicked off it. Right. All the oxidizer is now going into that one. We might as well put all the liquid fuel into that one as well in that case. We have survived that leak. We've lost a fair bit of oxidizer though. We'll have to get an engineer up to fix that. They've taken all the data out of this, all the science out of that, and put it into the one. That's interesting. Toggle the scanners. We can do an irradiance scan, but I don't think so. No. Stock Kerbal can transfer liquids. That's not a mod. Yeah, we can only do that one in high orbit. Okay, so let's toggle the scanners off again. Let's toggle... Oh, yeah, we don't want that. Let's toggle the imager off, because we don't need the imager on. Let's close the shutter on the telescope. Let's see if we can get some mystery goo data. We can. 12 if we process that in the lab. The sun has set. We are low on power. Reset that experiment. Temperature scan. Another 10 data, yep. That processes pretty quickly. There we go. Reset that. Solar particles. We've got a solar particle thingy under here as well. So let's toggle the collectors on that one. And we can collect solar particles. Process that data. And toggle the collectors back in. In fact, no, let's leave them out. There we go. I'm thinking actually we do want that side pointing at the sun. There's slightly more solar panels on that side. Let's see. Can never have too many dragons. Indeed. Does it need a special connector? What, to transfer liquids? No. All you need is, if you're playing in career mode, you need the, I think it's the astronaut complex upgrade that allows you to do liquids transfer. Oh, gotta go. Your girlfriend's calling. Yep, you never want to leave your girlfriend waiting. Off you go. Have a good one, Amazing Visa 3. Oh, we've got one of these as well. Forgot about that. Let's toggle that. Out that comes. Do you share a house with hundreds of dragons? Good question. Do you, Mr. Dragon? Log the data. 6. Oh. That's an interesting colour, orange. Not enough electric charge to process. Okay. Keep that. So we need to speed up time until we come to the sunny side. Probably need more batteries on this thing in that case. There we go. The sun is shining. Let's make sure we're pointing directly at it. Which we are. And let's review data and start processing that. Is there anything else that we haven't scienced? I think... Did we not do the mystery goo? We did the mystery goo, didn't we? Yeah. Is there anything that we might have done? Did we do anything wrong because we tried to process it all at the same time? No. No, I think we've done everything that we can here for the moment. We've done all the EVA reports and the crew reports and all that kind of thing, haven't we? So, there we go. Our space station is doing well. This one is. We have 802 days worth of supplies left now, which is fantastic. In fact, we can take supplies from here and put them in here. Food, water and oxygen into all of these so that we have plenty. And then if we wanted to, we could actually send this craft back. Oh, stop. I want to go in there. Deselect that. Come on, we want that one and that one now. There we go. And now we go in, in. How you pump food from one tank to another, I'm not sure. Water, oxygen, that I can get. Fuel, that I get. Pumping food from one to another, that's not quite so logical. never mind. Ours is not to reason why. Ours is but to blow up Kerbals. In, and in. Good. And one more to do. That to there. In, and in. Doink, doink, and doink. Now, does this have a supply as well? No. Does this have a supply? No. Does this have a supply? Yes. Okay, so let's fill that one up. Out, out, out. There we go. Lots of stuffs collected. Now, we can also transfer the carbon dioxide waste and wastewater into the other cockpit. So now, if we wanted to, we could undock this, take it home. And we'd be okay. This would have plenty of supplies. And all is well. So let's pull all our Kerbals into this out of these cockpits, shall we? We've got a Kerbal in this cockpit, I believe, which will be Pirate Robert. So this cockpit here, let's find the crew hatch for this, which is always in a funny place. Well, look, it was there then. There it is. There. Transfer him. He can go into the cupola. And transfer him. He can go into the cupola. So we have Katrine, Gwennis, Ribzon, and Pirate Robert. Pirate Robert is in the captain's seat. Oh, Katrine is in the science bay. Gwennis was the pilot, wasn't she? Gwennis was the pilot, so Ribzon must be the scientist. So let's transfer Ribzon into the science bay. Gwennis is a pilot. Does that mean Pirate Robert is a pilot as well? Or is he an engineer? Or is he a scientist? Oh, I don't remember. However, we are now sciencing. Our lab... Let's get a right view. Hold on. Our lab is operational. We are sciencing at a rate of 0.07 science per day. We have 1.4 science on this station. That's quite a good screenshot, isn't it? There we go. A couple of shots of the space station in orbit. Right, the food and water and things, is that from an add-on or is that vanilla? No, that is an add-on. That is the TAC Life Support mod, which is what this green thing is, TAC Life Support. The food, water and oxygen, that is all added in by that mod. Electricity is stock, and obviously the fuel is stock. But yeah, the food, water and oxygen is different. This is a mod, ambient light adjustment. Stage recovery is a mod. You don't normally get to recover your mods and get the recover your stages and get the funds back, but stage recovery lets us do that. And I have got like Kerbal Engineer, that's a mod. So all this extra information here is part of a mod. I generally only like to add mods that either add extra parts or add realism. I don't like mods that make the game easier. Kerbal Engineer does make the game slightly easier, and that is the exception. But I don't like to add things like you can add mech-jeb, which means that basically you say take rocket from here, put it here, and it does it for you, which, you know, doesn't work for me. I don't like that approach. not that I'm saying people shouldn't use it. You know, that's a big debate over on the Facebook channel, the Facebook page for the various different Kerbal Space Program groups, whether or not you should use MechJeb or not. I'm not going to say whether or not you should use MechJeb. I'm going to say I don't like to use MechJeb myself, because I don't think it doesn't add to the gameplay. It takes away from the gameplay because you're basically just on autopilot. For me, the thrill of the gameplay is, you know, controlling the craft myself. I've just noticed some more of these that we can fill up. We have a lot of life support containers. There's a lot in this one as well. This is quite a good resupply craft, actually. A battery has short-circuited. That's interesting. That one there, that's the battery that's short-circuited. So the maximum power is going to be reduced, but that's not the end of the world. We've got plenty of batteries. Yeah, we've got plenty of electric charge. We've lost 100 of our maximum electric charge, so we're down to 2,000. So we've got a dodgy battery and a dodgy fuel tank with a leak. That's part of a mod as well, actually. That's the Dang It mod, which adds the part failures and things. And the older a craft is, the more likely it is to fail. We've got some spare parts with us from that mod. We've got 20 in there. We've got 20 in there. I think they said we had like, yeah, we've got 110 in total, so I don't know where the others are. Oh, there's some in there. There's 15 in there. There's 15 in there. And there's probably some spare parts in there as well. Yeah, it's 40 in there. So we've got plenty of spare parts, but we don't have an engineer. We have to use an engineer to actually do the repairs. So let's leave the space station for the moment. Let's head back to the space centre. Let's just check that Pirate Robert isn't an engineer, because he might be. He might actually be an engineer. I don't know that we've got any engineers though. Let's have a look. Assigned. Pilot, scientist, pilot, scientist, pilot. Jelly is an engineer. He's on the other space station. Is there any way that we could get Jelly to this space station? I don't think there's enough fuel in that craft to do the manoeuvres, and I don't think it's got I don't think it's got RCS on it. No, so we couldn't do the docking manoeuvre. So we'd have to take it close and kind of hover it nearby. And then probably take it on a slightly different orbit to make sure that they didn't then collide with each other. Out of interest, if I did want to do that, could I? If I set that as target. Yeah, it's quite a distance between us. I brought it right inside. Oh, I could. But that would mean dipping right into the atmosphere in order to come back out to meet that one, and that would go horribly wrong, I can guarantee it. So if I did that, and then about here, did another manoeuvre. How easily could I get... No. It'd take a while, I think, to get them to match up. I think it's probably possible. I mean, that's 148 meters per second of delta V. We've got 776. So we could get them on very similar orbit and then transfer the Kerbal manually. Bob is not a pilot. He's a scientist. So if I put Bob in the pilot seat, use him to do the manoeuvres, get us close, and then jump Jelly out and jump in between the two. That's possible. And then we've got an engineer on board that station as well. And then I could actually just deorbit that one. Could I? Don't do this to me, come on. Why is that now totally different to how it was? Ah, because it was there before. Okay. 23. Oh. $66. 78, okay. So if I did that, or that, would that? Oh, look at that! Oh no, that would take me into the atmosphere again, though. The only way to do the manoeuvre would be to enter the atmosphere, I think. That is pretty close. Because then here I could do a manoeuvre to pull that back. It's a lot of burning though. Yeah, there's not enough fuel really to do that. What we need to do is somehow recover. I might have to try and recover this to free up our engineer, or hire another engineer and send him up in a pod that we can dock. We know we can do that. Look at that, they're almost directly above each other at the moment. If we were to look down there, it's down there somewhere. Underneath us, going past. It's a long way away though, there's no chance we're going to see it. We just zoom out like that and we wouldn't be able to see it. So this is a good craft for science at the moment. It's given us 2 science. And we can just leave it there. It's got 500 days remaining of resources. I think if we just leave it, it will generate us some nice science, and you know, it's serving a purpose while it's up there. In the meantime, this one is the station that we can kind of build on and make a little bit more functional. I think we could have a look at, I think we've got the technology, we could have a look at sending up a filtration system and all that kind of thing to so that we can clean up the carbon dioxide and things like that, and it would actually become potentially a self-sustaining station. I think we could do that. See, we don't need this other science bay, do we? What we do need is an engineer, though. So I think next week we'll be having a look at maybe completing some of the contracts that we have picked up that we've failed to do, like the moon station. And we'll also have a look at sending an engineer up to this station to fix some of these issues, and so that we've got an engineer. And then maybe we'll deorbit this section of the station, and then we'll build on this and build up bring up like a filtration system and things like that, as I just said. So that will be the content of next week's stream. So that's where we're going to call this stream to a close. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, then don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to smack that subscribe button so that you get notifications next time we go live. If you would like to sponsor a Kerbal or sponsor one of our missions, you can do that over on our StreamTip and our Patreon pages, which you can see on the screen right now. StreamTip.com/t/lbristow and Patreon.com/Ellitopia. Any contribution you can offer of $1 or more will allow you to sponsor a Kerbal, which means we can introduce a Kerbal into the game for free, and you will get to pick the name of that Kerbal. If you can offer us a contribution of $10 or more, you can sponsor a mission. You can put your flag on the craft. You can name the craft. You can name an existing craft that hasn't already got a name. If, like, for example, one of the space stations you could name. If you sponsor a mission that has a landing spot, you will place a flag, and you'll get to choose the name of the landing site as well. So that's all the things that you can do to support Ellitopia Gaming and KSP Live on StreamTip and Patreon. Any support that you can offer will be greatly appreciated. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll come back to join us next week. In the meantime, I've been El Bristow. You've been watching Ellitopia Gaming. This has been KSP Live. Don't forget to support the indies. And I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.
Bye.